Okay, actually it came out really good. This was the underside second sheet, and no problems really, pretty happy with that. It is just going to need a clean up, each one, but save that for the apprentice or something when we get it to site. So I do think we're actually ready for a glue up, which is kind of exciting because it feels like you've got to that next stage. So I've laid everything out like a salad here. We've got one of our sides, 5 of our spreaders, everything's all pocket holed like we spoke of before. Look, Ron had added one additional pocket hole here and here. I just don't know if it's necessary, and I was over pocket holing by the time I'd done 170 odd just there. So I've left them out. We'll see how it goes. Look, Type Bond will take care of the rest. This stuff's amazing. It is actually amazing. Yeah, only glues we use at Ironwood. Highly recommend it. Well, it's not the only glue we use, but PVA wise, for projects where you care, buy the glue, man. Buy the glue. Cheap buggers. Anyway, so what I did do on the back side, just to clear up any blowout, was just run the belt sander over that. I'm thinking, because now we're going to have our spread sides this way, I've indexed everything, so like I said, my outers sides are my best and my tops are going away from me are the worst. Well, not worst, but you know. Anyway, I think we want to come up with a bit of a jig here to get us started, because once we get going, and we've got a sidewall in, and then we've got a couple of spreaders in. Oh, happy days. How's that maths? Yeah, all right, all right. We're up and rolling, but I think probably to get us started, I wouldn't mind something. What I need is a Paulk Workbench to build the Paulk Workbench, eh? But so I'm just going to smack up some 45s, maybe screw those to the bench. Yeah, let's come up with something, eh? Okay, so let me set this up. I think I'm just going to get a couple of these, screw those up, get this set up so it's not going to run off, because what we don't want is the sidewall protruding past flush on the edge. If anything, like I said, we had measured these a mil smaller to err on the side of caution, so we could zap off the outside with a pattern bit router or sand it, whatever we need to do. But if these guys are in slightly rather than out, that's going to make it heaps easier for the finish of it. But I think once we get started and this thing starts to, it's a little bit spaghetti like at the moment, but once it starts to get a few tacks in it, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I might mark out some parallels for this and cut some spaces so everything's, and yeah, so a little bit of preparation here is probably going to go a long way. So stand by, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, so we set up some stops, screwed those to the table. This is just that other piece of ply that's left, so it's not actually part of the table. We've screwed these to the table. I have added a piece of super course to each one of the stops just above the deck of this, which gives us our 1/28 of an inch, that the sidewall will be back in of flush from the edge of the underside of our table, just for a little bit of grace. I have squared along our lines for where the spreaders are going to live, apart from the ends, because that's obvious, isn't it? I have also transferred that as a reference mark up, so when our spreaders do go in, they've got somewhere to live, and we can just have a good old glue up. I have also cut one intermediate, just in case that may be some help to us if we have to edge to edge. So I think that is almost about it. Not too much else to think of. We've got rag for the glue. We've got some 25mm jib grabbers screwing on. The thing with the pocket screw is obviously as the pocket screw goes in and it's coming from the back side towards the front, it wants to pull the stock towards you and then, like I say, overflush. So maybe if we start with these ones where I've got our bench stops behind it, that might be the one for the start. Anyway, we're going to be, by the time we get through all of this and then the other table, we'll be good at it by then. So, type on all day. They do 3 in this series. This one is the premium. Interior, exterior. It's still water cleanup, but just awesome. And it's going to be rock solid for this. Right, let's get to it. Remembering that the glue is really going to do all the work here. The screw's just holding it till this glue goes off. Cool. Right. There's just this little part inside of me deep down somewhere when I squish 2 joints together and a little bit of glue oozes out. It just makes me go, Right. Like I said, let's see if we can just keep that on the inside. Oh yeah, look at that. Yummy. Yummy. Okay. Yeah, look at that. We'll just go for it now. Looks alright. It does, it does. Okay. Happy days. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Cool. With this one, because this is the inside where the 2 tables clamp together, I have brought my first pocket screw in a whole lot further just to allow extra surface area here for just in case we do put that vacuum port in it, or if we the locking mechanism, the keyhole lock that we're going to incorporate. So that's why this one's a little bit further in and not evenly spaced to everything else, if that's messing with your OCD as well. But it should come back to be good later on. Cool. Next we'll get these spreaders in. I mean, it's just going to be a whole lot more of the same, isn't it? Bit of glue time, heaps of fun. So leave it with me and I will I'll just get the last of these ones in. Too busy yarning. The cool thing with the pocket screw as well is that you can stab it through that last little bit of the pilot hole and actually just with that nice sharp edge of the screw hold it just off flush, and then when you torque on it just pulls it out, glue oozes out, and you just get that little jubby. That's working really well. Hopefully those 25mm jib grabbers aren't peeling out through the top face, but I did try it before on a couple of test pieces, and I think we were onto a winner. And really they are just there. This glue will do all of the work. This shit is aerospace stuff. I was actually going to clamp this surface down, but it hasn't seemed to have needed it. It didn't move around at all. Pretty good. Definitely those shims on our stops just did give us that little bit of grace. The other thing that you could use is playing cards. They're 1/28 of an inch as well. Always handy to have a deck of playing cards around for shimming stuff up in the shop. Cool, I'm just going to go ahead now, put in the spreaders, and we'll time warp to when this thing has actually got some guts to it, and then shit, them are away. It's really starting to look like something. It's cool. I kind of wish there was another day of the weekend so I could just pump into this tomorrow as well. Anyway, stand by. Okay, that went surprisingly well. It must have been the beer. Right, so now we've got one central spreader in. It's I reckon it's pretty much go time, so let's have a look at that. Let's use this guy. Oh yeah. I did actually think of something then while I was gluing up, and it's probably best to start on the inside side where the two join together, just for the fact that then whatever discrepancy you're going to have on the outside, you're obviously going to be in, and that's where we can take that off at the end. So yeah, maybe that was look, it was probably more good luck than it was good management, but I'll take that. Oh yeah, oozy glue. Nice. Just starting back just off the line, off target, and then boom, into target. Okay, pretty good. One more down the bottom there. Get on that one. Looks good, we're getting somewhere. Okay, that glow up went pretty good. Still plenty to do, but it sort of looked like all the maths worked out. So happy days to that. That's pretty much it for the weekend, I think, for me. So a whole lot of sanding. We've still got all of the mechanics to go in the middle. We've got the pipe tube rollouts, we've got the key lock between the two big cells. Really all the mechanics to go in the middle. We've still got the router table to drop in somewhere down one end. I'm thinking it's sort of going to be something like that with the fences running the other way. Two parallel and one adjacent. We've also got the bench stop. I'm kind of thinking now that I almost need two. One will do for a start. Anyway, just a bit of sanding or a bit of flush cutting with the router to bring everything up. We are that 1 mil over everywhere, but that's cool. That's good. Yeah, fun project actually. Really cool. We'll clean up all of the dogs. A bit of sandpaper, a bit of dowel maybe.